Hello, watchers of the internet. I'm Ted, and this is the Black Pearl Voyager channel. And this video is just a quick update to Ruby, our 2023 Ford Bronco Heritage. Now, if you haven't watched the Heritage video that we put out a couple of months ago, you might want to check that out. Interesting story about how we acquired that and some of the modifications we made to it. But if you watch that, you'll probably hear me say something like, well, I'm not planning any mods for this at all. And that much is true, other than some minor modifications which I highlighted in that video. I don't have any other modifications to make to it. The Bronco Heritage is a big bend with a Sasquatch package. It already has 35-inch tires. It's already got a 2-inch lift. It already has 10.5 inches of ground clearance. And for our purposes, since we already have the Gladiator and it's completely set up for overland camping and travel, the Bronco is not going to fulfill that purpose. No, the Bronco is going to be kind of like a weekender. Something we can throw the tent into and go out into the Central Oregon desert and maybe spend a night or maybe even two without doing a lot of serious travel. It will be used off-road. It's completely capable. Shoot, it's got front and rear lockers. I'd like to try those out. But otherwise, no major upgrades except for one. And that's what this video is about. One quick side note here. I'm not sponsored at all by the manufacturer of this product. I bought and paid for it with my own money. The retail price was $415, and I bought it through Northridge 4x4 that offered free shipping. And they're fairly close, so I didn't have to wait very long. Also, this is not an install video. There's lots of them out there. It took me about 45 minutes with a handful of the most basic hand tools to make this swap. So yeah, don't look at it as an install video. The upgrade that I have already done will become obvious in this video, and the reasons why will be forthcoming in the next few clips. So hang in there, stay tuned, and see what we've done and why. Let's start with the before. Okay, we know what it sounds like from outside, but the important thing is how it sounds on the inside and what it's done to the driving environment. So let's fire it up. I've got both microphones on now, so we're getting an overall ambient sound. Let's start it up. definitely hear the exhaust. And that's the whole point of this. I don't do exhaust upgrades ordinarily, and I'm really skeptical of the performance gains of 20 horsepower, especially from something that's only from the axle back. A cat back that increases the pipe diameter to 3 inches all the way back, you might get, I don't know, 4 or 5 horsepower. But yeah, 20 is sounds a little unreasonable to me. No, the reason I do this is, well, first of all, it's a rather pleasant sound. Not a lot of popping, but what I like is the fact that I get some audible feedback for this stick shift. An automatic, who cares? It shifts itself. But when I have to shift, I really like to be able to hear my shift points. And that's the only reason why I've upgraded the exhaust. So let's take it for a quick spin here and see if it's just too noisy to live with. I'll shut the garage door here. I've got a few errands to run, so I thought I'd just take it out and get an idea. Now, at a normal idle, it sounds very mellow and very nice, very pleasant. But this is where I expect it to shine, and that is when I'm driving and I can hear the exhaust. It's not annoying. And I know when to shift. Or have a better idea of when to shift. Sometimes when you're driving along, with a stick shift, you forget to shift. Or if you're cruising on the freeway and you're coming up on slow traffic, you forget to downshift. You can't hear the engine if it's so quiet. And this just has a real nice, pleasant sound. It's not annoying. And I don't know if you can even hear it in the camera. Let's see what happens at this stop up here. Yes, see, now you can hear it, but it's not annoying. And if I get on it a little bit, oh yeah, I like that sound. It's nice to be able to hear when to shift. And like I said, on an automatic, who cares? It shifts itself. And sometimes louder exhaust just sounds silly as it goes through the gears all by itself. Yep, I like it so far. And we'll have to wait to see if we get any droning at speed. Right now I'm only doing 35 in a residential district here, and there's nothing annoying about the sound at all, not even to people around me. Okay, well, just dropped something off at the post office, and I'm just driving through a 25 mile an hour speed limit here that increases to 35 and then 45 and then 55, so I thought I'd put it on the highway here and get it into one of the top gears. There's third at 33. Get it into one of the top upper gears there and see what it's going to sound like at highway cruising speeds. I've got a feeling that it's going to be pretty mellow. It is now. It wouldn't interfere with the conversation or with music that I've got playing, but I can still hear it. And I know that I'm around 3,000 RPM because I can hear it. And then downshifting is just the next step. I'm doing 55 right now in 4th gear, and I've got about as much wind noise. It's an extremely windy day today, and what you're hearing hitting the windshield are leaves. Okay, there's the downshift. 3rd gear, 60 miles an hour. 4th gear, 65. And if I put it in 5th, she quiets right down to a really nice, just a sweet sound. Hope I don't lose you guys. I've got the camera just kind of sitting on the dash. Still in 5th gear, doing about 50. And as you can tell, it's not annoying at all, but there's just enough audible feedback that it makes selecting your gears a lot easier, at least for me. So that's the only reason I updated the exhaust on this vehicle. I don't generally mess with it. My Wagoneer, it needed a new muffler anyway, and it's got a V8 in it, and so I wanted it to sound like a 78 Wagoneer. Gladiator I've never done anything with, and don't intend to unless the exhaust rots out. Let's downshift here 1. How about 2? Yeah, see, it makes matching RPMs way easier because I can hear where the engine's at. Yeah, this is a really good mod for the stick shift, I think. If you can drive with that one, you know what I'm saying? If you don't mind the quiet and you can watch the tach, which is almost useless in this vehicle, then by all means, save yourself $400. Otherwise, this is a nice upgrade, and there may be some performance gains. I don't know how much, or even if there are, and I really don't care, because that's not the reason that I chose the FlowMaster FlowFX system. I did some YouTube research, naturally, that's where I usually start. There was very, very little information about the FlowFX and the 2.3 liter inline 4. Sounds nice. Yep, I can live with it. I was ready to send it back if it was too annoying or sounded like a rice burner with the drone and the popping noise on deceleration. I was not prepared for anything like that. But as it turns out, this is really nicely balanced as far as sound goes, not annoying at all. So if you're thinking about upgrading the exhaust, I think one of the things that attracted me about the FlowFX over the Rough Country, which is about $15 cheaper, comes in at $399, and I think the sound it may be comparable. The problem with it is it uses all 2.5-inch pipe, and the FlowMaster bumps it out to 3-inch from the axle back, and with some nice 4-inch tips, and it just looks really good, and in this case it sounds really good. So if you're considering, you know, upgrading your exhaust, I think the FlowMaster has the best sound for the 2.3 liter engine, and like I said, I discovered this on 1 or 2 videos on YouTube where people actually did test it on the 2.3. So, sounds good. I guess I can throw away the box. Till next time, I'm Ted, Black Pro Voyager. We're out driving around in Ruby today, and I thought I'd share an exhaust upgrade with you guys. We got the roundabout here. If this guy stops for me, we'll be okay. All right. Yeah, sounds sweet. Makes shifting a lot easier. Okay, bye. Wow, that initial startup had me a little worried there with the new exhaust system on it. It was loud. It came across as loud. But then, oddly, after I revved it a little bit and it settled down into an idle, it went reasonably quiet. I'm not sure if there's something in the startup process of the Bronco. There might be valves opening or changing, and the initial startup sounds pretty loud, but as you saw in the video, it quiets down very nicely. It has a really nice tone to it, and that's probably the only other upgrade that I will do to the Bronco. I don't have anything else planned for it. But stay tuned, check in every once in a while, see if we don't take it on an adventure, take it off-road, have some fun with it. So, I really appreciate you watching. Please do me a favor and like these videos because it helps the channel. I've got a little over 600 subscribers, but my videos don't seem to be being pushed by the YouTube algorithm. So, if you think of it, give it a like. That'll help. Thanks, and I'll see you again on the next video.